Subnautica fans. Welcome to Wolfie's Let's Play episode 6. Looks like Mixer crashed again. Lord, if I could replace that app. There's two different Xboxes and it crashes the same on both. Well, I know it's not a hardware issue, at least not something wrong with a specific Xbox anyway.
Oxygen production offline.
So I'll take you into the Cyclops as soon as this loads, which should be shortly here. It does load quite a bit faster on an Xbox One X than it does on the S mod here.
Power restored. All primary systems
Morning
online.
coffee. And anyway, I'll take you out and let you see the lovely day in the Cyclops. You should be able to see her from the basement over here. I built the upgrade modules for her after Mixer crashed. Take him out, and then after I show you this, then we will. I moved it so I don't have all the vines in here. Swung it around to the other side. So I built the depth module 1, and then I upgraded it to the level 2, the Mark II. That was using the nickel. I created the docking bay repair module, and I'll explain that in just a second. And then we had the Cyclops engine efficiency module that we brought back from the Aurora trip. Now the Cyclops actually has the equivalent of a moon bay right here in the middle, and you can dock either a Seamoth or a prawn suit in here. And you can access its controls here. And that repair upgrade that we have back there is whatever you bring into the bay here, the Cyclops here will repair it for you. So you don't have to get out and then hit it with your repair tool. So that cuts down the need for constantly repairing. Basically dock it, the Cyclops will fix it for you.
Welcome aboard.
So I've collected all the mats. I made sure I had everything. And this is why I kind of like those duffel bags, because you can use them for prepping build. The mats required to construct the prawn suit. So we now have everything we need for the prawn suit. So go ahead and get that constructed. And again, that's built using the mobile vehicle bay here. And it's fine building in here. It's not super deep here. It's not a big deal. We'll build our prawn suit.
It is normal when first piloting a prawn suit to feel a sense of limitless power.
And I did make the mistake. I left this, figured, okay, it'll finish constructing it one time, and I went back in my base, and I came out, and the prawn suit was stuck in midair. So I had to build several base modules up so that I could reach it to actually get in it. Not exactly fun. So it has automatically storage right out of the bat here in the back. That's 6 by 4, so 20 storage to start with. It takes 2 power cells, and unfortunately, it will drain both equally, which is a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. I wish it would, drain one until it's empty, and then switch over to the second one, so that you could always just, pop out one and charge it if you needed to. We don't need to because we have a moon pool. Basically, this is an underwater mech. It comes with 2 standard arms, which you can pick things up with. Let's see if we have anything to pick up around here. And yes, you can pick up fish with it, but I have so not gotten very good at it. Okay, so let's strike this and see. It's just like hitting it. And see, now we can pick it up with our tool, or by holding the trigger. Exit the prawn suit, and instead of going in your inventory, it goes in the inventory back here. So you can get out, dump this inventory into your personal inventory, and then get back in. The upgrades are accessed right here. You can change out the 2 arms. I can't get that black block. There we go. You can change out the 2 arms. That's the 2 hand ones, with any one of the 3 possible arms that you can make for this. And then you have a standard of 4 upgrade slots. Now, I was a bit afraid of this thing to start with. I was afraid of falling down a hole and not being able to get out. Well, I was quite surprised. You can get quite a bit of altitude on this, and there's jump jets. Hop out in the back here. See in the back here, these ports in the back here. There's jump jets that allow this to launch, and that's used by the left bumper, like this. And then you can push forward on the stick, and then you can, the purple bar on the lower right allows you to glide. In fact, you can actually travel a lot faster jet gliding than you can simply walking. You just get a little altitude, and then you just pulse your jets like this. And then it's really hard getting shallow here. You hop up and then pulse your jets to keep you off the ground, and you can really scoot along. Now, once you get a grappling hook, and I have personally never been very good at it, you can use the grappling hook and shoot a line out and pull yourself while you're airborne, using the jump jets, and then use the grappling hook to pull yourself forward, and you can scoot along very, very fast. I've seen it in videos. I'm just not that good at it. I'm going to hop out here, and I'm going to grab the sea moth here, and we're going to, that's right, I can't get in that unless I actually go in the base. Okay. Because what I want to do is I want to change the color of the
All systems online.
Dock this one here. Come on, up you go. Dock already, thank you. Thought I still wanted to leave. Okay, oops, let's go ahead and change our marker color for the prawn suit to our standard yellow. So that's easy to find. Much better. And then I found there's no better headlights, and you can't turn them off. Maybe somebody else knows a key command that I don't. I've tried D-pad and everything. nothing works. Anyway, to dock, just like the sea moth, you just get underneath a moon pool, and then jet up, and eventually it'll grab a hold of you and bring you in. Now, there's a problem. You can only get in the suit. You can't, unlike the when the sea moth is docked in here, you can get at the power cells, and you can get at the upgrade panel. You cannot do that in here. For some reason, it has no hitbox. Like when you walk over it, see, you just fall right through it. So for some reason, it doesn't have a hitbox when it's docked in the moon pool. Not very handy, I will tell you that. Bring that up. And we'll do our standard kind of lime greenish color. It's with this color. However, it seems to really show up underwater very, very well. I tend to like the interior black, because I would rather have a dark interior. And the stripe is absolutely pointless. I mean, it's just eye candy. And it's not going to be a bright pink like this. The stripe is always very dark. I don't know why. So you can see the stripe decoration over here ends up being purple rather than the pink that you might have thought it was going to be. And you can't get in the prawn suit unless you are in the moon pool. Alright, since we're going to be making upgrades for this, and we can't put them in here, well, we'll be making them here, so we'll just leave it parked right underneath. You can see now we can access the power cells to change them just as we would normally, and we can access the upgrade panel. You just can't do it when it's docked. Very, very irritating. Hoping they fix that before release, to be honest with you. Okay, like the unit itself, I collected mats that we're going to need to make some upgrades for it. These bags right here. This was the reason why we went to get the sulfur and the nickel and everything. I've already made a couple of upgrades for it for storage. Well, I would say I made one. We looted one on the Aurora. Remember? Okay. Come down to the prawn suit. So the first thing, we will make a depth module. And we will make a jump jet upgrade. This upgrade makes the jump jets last a whole lot longer, and they're a lot stronger, which means you can get up higher cliffs with it. Oh boy, does it make a difference in your ability to move around with the prawn suit. And that will be our 4 modules for it. The jump jet, the depth module. Depth module. I just dropped it. Seriously? Really? No, don't be careful. I pressed trigger instead of A on it. So, depth module. Okay, and that takes this down to 1,300 meters now. And we will apply to storage and the jump jet. And I'm going to apply the drill arm. I'll go ahead and put the grappling arm too, so I'll show you how that works. I don't use it very often, but it is handy. So basically the grappling arm shoots a tether out. You have to hold the trigger. I see it, and it will pull the suit up to that point. And as long as I hold the trigger in, it's going to hang here. So if there was something on a cliff edge here that I could mine, and I could get to it really easy. Oh, it's too far away. I thought it was going to be close enough. Let's hop up here. Like I said, I've never been good at using the... See how it pulls you forward? I said, I've never been very good at it. I can get a couple of them in, and then I'm done. But now, with those large nodes that we've found, you can use them. I mean, it doesn't work on anything other than that. And with the grappling hook arm on there, you cannot pick anything up, which is one of the reasons why I do not typically keep it connected. However, if I'm going out solo, i.e. not with the Cyclops,
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I'll frequently pack it in my pack, the person's pack, so that if I get stuck down in a ravine, I can shoot it up and pull myself up and get out. Otherwise, I've got to go and hope I can get the Cyclops in there. You can see how much longer the jump jets last with that upgrade. And while you're hovering, you can use the left stick to control your movement while you're in midair. Now we're going to dock in the Cyclops, and what we've got to do is we've got to thrust up there. I mean, I'm going to hover, back up a little bit. Let's see if we can get it. See the Cyclops automatically open the doors for us. Come on, there she got it.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
All right.
Systems online.
Unlike when it's docked at a moon pool, you can access the upgrades right here. So you can control the inventory here and the upgrades here right from this panel. So the Cyclops is very well laid out for that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this cell out. The Cyclops here has 6 power cells, 3 on each side, and it automatically charges, just like in the moon pool. It charges the vehicle that's docked here, and from me moving it around, and from now just docking that after using the jump jets and stuff, so it wasn't at 100%. So it uses each one of these in sequence. Unlike the prawn suit, it will drain, and it seems to be random which of the 6 it chooses. It will drain one and then move to the next and then the next, so you have completely empty ones to recharge. So I'm popping that empty one out. Well, it's actually not empty, but I want to go ahead and top it off, which means I need to complete the power cell charger in the base, which is going to be our next project.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I mean, I had already placed it, I think, in what is episode 2? Let's Play. By the door over here. And I've rethought that. I think I'm going to take it out of here, and I'm going to place it in the entrance back. At the beginning. See, I don't need this guy right now. So grab the base fabricator. Okay, we'll drop that. Yeah, I thought I was going to put it by the door. And I realized that's not going to be very convenient. So we need an advanced wiring kit, a couple of rubies, and a couple of titanium. The advanced wiring kit may be. Yes, it is, if I don't have copper wire already done. Oh, I do. Awesome. That goes right of copper. Okay, so I need some table coral. I'll get 2 table coral pieces for the computer chip. 1. Come on. 2. And then I'm going to need 3 gold. I have just enough. 3, 1 left over. Okay, should make that now. Produce a wiring kit out of this silver. Say computer chip. And then we combine that with the 2 pieces of gold. Produce the advanced wiring kit. Done deal. I think it was 2 rupees, I think it was. 2 rubies, I believe, and 2 titanium. Right. Since we will be docking the Cyclops out here, pretty much always, and it's going to be pretty much the only thing that I'm going to be needing to pop pop power cells out of to charge for now, till we get that thermal recharger. It makes sense to have it right when we enter from the Cyclops, so we can drop our cells right in here. Done and done. Okay. I guess we can start outfitting the Cyclops. Let's top off our food here. I'll have to stop midway. Just one. Whoa. What the heck? Ah, this game sometimes. Fish is swimming in the base. Interesting. Okay, so we need a titanium, a gold, and a coral. Oh, we have just exactly enough. We're out of gold, so we're gonna have to go hunting. And we need another table coral, because we want to build a fabricator. And yes, you can actually build things inside the sub using your fabricator. I mean, not using your base building tool. Should give us everything. Got it. I don't think we have enough stuff for... Yeah, so we're so out of copper, so we're going to have to acquire some copper. And then we're going to build a ton of storage. We're going to need copper for this and copper for that, so we're kind of done with those. And then we're going to get a food supply going inside. And that's why I started collecting titanium in here, because I knew we were about to use a ton of this stuff. Okay. There we go. Now let's start building some stuff on our Cyclops. Starting it. We're going to literally turn this thing into a mobile base. So initially, I want to get a radio and a battery charger here and a health kit in here, a place to store our equipment and extra batteries. So the minute we come in from outside, we have access to everything personal-wise right in this room. I'll close this for now. You don't have to close these doors. You can build lockers on both sides, top and bottom, here. You can build them here, however, they will clip and glitch outside, so you'll see them on the outside. It's not a big deal because these two walls, these gray walls here, actually open up to allow entry of the vehicle. You can build lockers on this whole wall here. You can build lockers along this lower section here. You cannot build in this upper portion up here because of the pipes. You can get a few in here. Go up top. You can build on this whole wall. You can build on this whole wall, with the exception of where the ladders are and the fire extinguisher, of course. I tend not to, because it's already kind of tight back here for moving around. And to be honest, I haven't really seen a serious need to build back there. One of the first things we're going to do is we're going to throw down, I'm on the wrong side of the door, silly me. We're going to put a locker just inside here. And I use this to store extra power cells. So I'm entering power onto that. So we store extra cells, so when we're out and about, we're stuck somewhere, or we get drained, we can replace these in the field. Okay, I need to get some, what is it, fiber? I can't think what the heck the name of this stuff is. The bed needs fiber mesh, because we're going to put a bed right here, this area here. I'm going to start the planters on this side. Let's go with the chic ones. Sure, why not? And again. We're going to start our melon crop here. Build 4 of these guys. Get it to actually. That. Number 4 should squeeze right in here. Here she goes. Good deal. Close that temporarily. I usually put a bulbo bush here. Tree, whatever you want to call it. And I usually put a lantern fruit tree right here. put a radio right here. Go ahead and mark it. I'll use the titanium. I don't want to do that yet. Okay, that's the starts of those. I can go ahead and place the bed. I'll have to go get the fiber mesh. Oops. I typically put the head of the bed toward the head of the sub because this is a wider wall for it here. I'm squaring it up using that square on the floor. Okay, let's find the closest this way we can go. And the closest toward the wall. I lost my square. Looks like that's about the best we're going to do. Okay, I know it's not going to complete it. And it does slightly block the door. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't think it'll let us build any closer back. And building it lengthwise, I mean, you can see how far out that would stick. So that's not an option. Oops. I don't think it's going to let us build any further back that way than that gray line. Nope. Come on, scoot. Wish there was a fine placement mode for the game where you could cut down the movement sensitivity temporarily. Oh, that's as far against that back wall it's going to let us go. Okay, I know it's not going to finish it because of the fibers. We've got enough space there, you know, where we can walk through without any problems here. All right. Let's get our fabricator up first. And normally I place that above the door here. Let's find our closest place here. It's like just at the edge of that where that seam is. And then we can scooch it up. Nice. Okay, now let's set up our first set of lockers here. Usually I try to line it up with this first locker right here. We got to get the height just right. Looks like that's it. Build the bottom set of lockers right here. I tend to build them just lined up with the bottom of that, or the top of that black section there. There. Now, you can actually get to the storage behind, but I'll tell you, I almost never use it because of the size. This tends to be my catch-all locker right here that sits behind the door. It's just a locker that I throw miscellaneous crap in. Okay. Good deal. So basically it's just a matter of getting these guys altitude-wise, height-wise, as close together as I can. And there will be a space at the back where they don't line up. But that's okay, because I usually reserve a series in the back for... It's okay, we're out of titanium. We'll go get more. I have tons. Okay, here is usually where I skip to the back. And we find our spot height-wise back here again. We want to move it as far back as we can. So I want to try to get a series of 6 lockers here. This first back one is really a bear to find the sweet spot on. We need to get this one down first, because we're going to line everything up. You don't have to, but sorry, OCD in me. Okay, there's one. Now we use that one as a guide. These. Why is that not lined up? They're not perfectly lined up. I don't care. There. Basically rinse and repeat over here. the way I want it. We can open that door. And so you can still get to that locker. Still get to the fabricator. Oops. First aid. I want him on the side over here, I think. Battery charger below. We can't get two kits here, can we? Nope. So you know what? Let's. See if we get two of these guys in here. And now we should be able to squeeze this guy in here. Battery charger should fit right. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Then we're gonna put equipment locker here. And another equipment locker here. And I need, despite the fact we've got everything up top, I want a food and water locker so we can pack along food and water bottles. Okay, so now we have the entrance trunk. We'll have med kits over here, batteries sitting over here, two lockers for equipment to take with us. We'll have food and water on this side. We've got a fabricator, and then we'll have lockers to store raw materials in. Normally I set up, pre-build some things for building bases right in here, for building the battery chargers and the cell chargers inside of a base. I'll put the raw materials in there. And then I usually have 4 lockers here with biological stuff in there. The mushrooms, the blood kelp, the creep vine, actually both types of mushrooms. I'll bring along, I'll harvest a bunch of table coral samples. I'll put in the 4th one here. Stuff that's not reproducible, biological stuff that you can't reproduce, I'll put in there. And then the first 3 I'll load up with things to regrow once I get a base. And the rest of this will be for collecting materials in the field. Now that we have the prawn upstairs with the drill arm, we can harvest those large nodes, so that won't be a problem. We need to get our food growing in here next. And I think that's basically the layout that I want to run with here. I think I like this way this is laying out this time. I scooted some stuff around from where I normally
Welcome
do,
aboard, Captain.
and it seems to lay out a little bit better this way. So now we need to. Marker's empty. Yep. Oh, I need to build a locker to store that prawn in, and any extra modules that we might build or collect. I think it's
fluid intake.
Yeah, it's too late. The door's already full. Build lockers first.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I want to get this
All
trunk.
systems online.
The entrance and exit trunk here. Completed first. Ooh. Back and label this stuff as what it contains. Good. Oh, go away. Thank you. Let's go ahead and finish this upper. Yeah, I found out if you stand away from lockers when you are constructing them, it doesn't make you open them. You complete them. As I said, I can build. What was that one? I can build more lockers further aft and upstairs, but to be quite frank, I don't think I've ever filled up all these lockers. I do fill them up, but I don't think I've come to the point where it was completely full. Yeah, so when you build a locker like that, you're too close to it, it automatically opens it. There. Now the reason these are off, and I wanted them to be off, is because these 6 right here will hold titanium. So that's the basic construction material. Nope. All done. More titanium. And this is why I was collecting so much of it. I'm sure some of you thought I was like way over collecting that, but as you can see, not so much. Oh, no, I gotta eat first.
Vital signs stabilizing.
What the heck is he doing? I'm going to transport those out to the sub, and then I want some in storage. Oops, in one of the storage lockers that we just built. So when we set up a new base, I've got them ready to begin growing. Oh, stop it. There. Those are going to be my bio lockers. First things first, let's get these growing. What I store extra modules, extra upgrades, arms for the prawn, etc. Oh, need to get the fibers. Finish that bed. middle of weed zone here. That shouldn't be much of a challenge. I'll be asking, well, why aren't you using the fabricator you just built on the sub? The reason is because it will consume battery on the sub. I mean, it's not like insane. However, I don't want to drain the cells just sitting here at the base. I mean, I've got a fabricator right here. So that's why I use it here. Later, when we get the thermal charge, we got to get deep to get the kyanite down the lava zone. Then I will have the thermal charger. So basically, no. Oh, fail. All we gotta do is park this sub anywhere near a heat source, and it will automatically charge itself. And when you're down in the lava zone, that means pretty much anywhere in the lava zone, and it will charge itself. We've still got good. Okay, we'll go ahead and finish these out. Okay. I'd like to rename this one Bio 1. I usually make these green. And that will become Bio 2, Bio 3, and Bio 4. So basically, that's it. We're just going to collect some materials so we can build the rest of these. I've got more titanium in the base, so I should be able to go ahead and build all these out. I need to transport the lantern fruit and the bulbo fruit, or the bulbo tree, in here. I need to construct a radio. Just makes a whole lot of sense to have one like right here, right next to where you're driving. I think that's about it. I'll just go ahead and continue building in the lockers here. It's kind of pointless to continue streaming that. I mean, it's the same old repetitive thing over and over and over and over. And then I'll get these labeled and get some starter materials in here. Any leftover titanium, I'll go ahead and start filling some of these in. And I guess I'll catch you guys next episode. Thanks for watching.